is Kate, and if you're new here, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. Today, first, I'd like to give a shout out to one of our beautiful, lovely friends. Her name, well, Miss Patty. I know her name. I was just debating if I wanted to read your card, but I feel like it's too personal. So, first of all, just want to show everyone. Okay, so if you're up there, you can see it. This is the deck. One time we were doing a reading on something and I felt called to use this. So this is the deck. And look, Patty sent me the real deal. If you're in the deck or if you're in the balcony, look at the difference. I mean, you can really see. So I would like to say thank you to our lovely, beautiful friend, Miss Patty, for thinking of me. And I appreciate your beautiful card. I feel like it just is too personal to read out loud. But I do want to say to everyone, please send love and light to our friend, Miss Patty. And I'm proud of you. And if it's okay that I share that's your story, will you shoot me an email? And I want to be respectful. So with that being said, thank you. She found it on my Amazon wish list, which I totally forgot about. And then Miss Patty found it and she sent me those. So thank you. And so today I would like to do a mashup between Auntie Bev and Brian Albert. I just am curious what's going on with them. I just did a reading on Ricky, who saw John's car. He testified. World's fastest reading. He walked right through this test that he perhaps gave himself, but the challenges. He did the right thing. So, with that being said, I thought that said 7 minutes. I was like, I'm going to have to redo this one. Today I want to do, it's a mashup. The mashup is an energy intersection between Auntie Bev and Brian Albert. Guys, I hope you really like this green screen. I thought I just had something on my face, but it's like reflecting back to me. So, if you guys like it, I saw a comment. Thank you. Thanks for liking it. I thought that I had something on my face, but it's like the green behind me. So, perhaps we get to use our new cards today, too. Oh, let's do that. Let's, actually. Well, that'll be fun. I am going to do the intersection of Auntie Bev. First, what we'll do is I'm going to start with the regular deck. Auntie Bev and Brian Albert. And see where their energy intersects. And then they both continue on their path. It's literally a moment in time. If I do have something on my face, well then, every time I touch it, it's like the shadow. So I will get this going, and we are going to do the energy intersection of Auntie Bev and Brian Albert. I've already prayed and set sacred space and asked for protection for everyone watching this, and myself, and my sacred space. And it's to hear the right words and say the right words. It's for those with ears to hear. I love quoting Jesus. All right, Auntie Bev. Something is so dark. I think that's why it keeps going back. We'll do some more sage before we go into this. Something is super dark. Can't imagine what it is, but I just had I'll just tell you guys. I just saw something this is going to be the ditty of Canton. That is not the kind of list you'd want to be on. But that's what I just got. Okay. I was not expecting that. All right. We had a jumper. I hope you guys can see this. Let me just check my... Oh yeah, you can see my list too. What the? Oh, Birchmore. Oh, welcome. Welcome to the table, Miss Sandra. Always happy to see you. This is has represented Colin Albert in the past. This is a wheel. They spun the wheel at a fight. They had a dead little, well, killed him, overkilled him dead. And so he's here. Oh, so is the Hierophant. Ah. Oh, good. I love to see the Hierophant. I wonder if, wait a second. Oh, here's Chubby Fingers. Well, I'm just going to tell you what I just thought. That was the thought that I just had, and I didn't know if I should say it out loud. I'll run here's our marriage up. Here's his girlfriend. He wants to get out of here. Really fast. He's been staying up at night. Oops, sorry. There are deals on the table. Oh boy, lots of people are bringing him offers, and I don't know. I'm going to leave it at that because I need to ask this question before I start talking about it out loud. I don't know if I can talk about it, then I'm going to tell you. If I can't, then we'll just move on. But what I want to know, is that was pretty clear. Definitely not no. Wait, definitely not no. I think there's supposed to be commas on that. Oh, I wonder if I'm going to ask it again because I don't know if I was clear enough. Am I allowed to talk about the thought that just came through? Am I allowed to? So if you're learning tarot, or anything, this is actually should go for life, but before you do a reading or during a reading, like what just happened, make sure that your questions are super clear and concise to the point. Ask if it's a few questions in one, do it one at a time. If you don't ask a clear question, then the cards can't give you an answer or a clear answer. So what I'm going to ask, before I was vague, I wanted to know if the question was yes or no. But what I'm going to ask is, am I allowed to ask this question out loud? Like, is it okay if we go down that road? It is likely. All right. It's possible. Okay. It is likely. That's a yes, right? And it is possible. That's a yes too, right? I should just get a coin that says yes or no. Perhaps. Okay. That's being vague. All three of those answers were vague. So what I wanted to know, perhaps, and I felt like that's yes. What I was wondering, because of the way these cards fell, was we had the Hierophant. We love. This is Josh Levy. We love him. And he came out right before Chubby Fingers did. But the first thought I got was, did Brian flip? And then Chubby Fingers showed up, of course. Chubby Fingers, his roots run deep. I've been doing a few of my own investigations on Whitey Bulger and the connection to Canton. There's a lot of them. And Chubby Fingers, he might be the Leo that keeps showing up as much as I don't like him. It's not even I don't like him. He's just gross. So that was a question that I had was, did Brian Albert flip? That means there are some bigger fish. We know that. And I saw Sean on Twitter, or whatever we're calling it, but I call it Twitter, say, like, if you're impatient that the feds are taking so long, use those little fingers to type into Google, how long does a federal investigation take? And this would be a conspiracy. We don't know how big it is. We've picked up afternoon traffic of people, places, people, and perhaps party supplies. Like, there's what we didn't get was children. I don't know. Two of the three we've picked up. We've picked up money laundering. We've picked up, I mean, if it's money, it could be weapons too. I have no idea. Well, after I saw a podcaster who interviewed the gun shop owner when Higgins came in and he was like flexing his ATF. He's like the epitome of, anyway. And so we could have weapons. So what we have in this, just from tarot cards, this is allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Don't come for me. I'm a chick with a tarot deck. But if you're one of those people that's wondering why this is taking, first of all, look at P. Diddy. They've been investigating him. Well, there are papers back to 98. I graduated high school. I mean, that's a long time. And they have, and perhaps it's the girls that came forward. I have not been following that very closely for no particular reason. But you know who, I'll tell you that later. So look at, I mean, you're not the best because you rushed. Like Harvard doctors, well, they're still doctors. You don't like rush. You don't go to community college and then become a brain surgeon. Like there's time and commitment that goes into being the best. Like, so if you're impatient, use those little fingers to Google how long does a federal investigation take, because they have a nationwide success rate of like a 99%. It's like they don't do a shoddy job. So if you're impatient, think of at least, okay, so we might have afternoon traffic for two things. So that's a question. Laundering. I mean, we saw that in pizza shop months ago. There could be weapons. We could have money, weapons, afternoon traffic for kids, for definitely party supplies, could be weapons. There's 5 things right there. That's 5 different departments that have to go in. So then, we have then you have the other stuff, the like white collar stuff, like lying on the stand, purging yourself. I mean, murder. The feds don't even investigate murder, really, in general. Then we have Sandra. She's right here. So now we have 8 departments, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. Then, we have Sandra's whole thing. Then we have corruption, possible corruption. The feds sent out the paperwork that said they were investigating possible corruption. We're at 9 departments. I mean, the feds aren't exactly known for I don't know, but I'm going to say, under Josh Levy's loving care and divinely chosen plan, we're at 9 departments. Well, I mean, I can think of one more. I don't know off the top of my head. The first thing I thought of was like real estate and the house at 34 Fairview. But so we're at 9 different departments. That's all individual. So and I know this from Diddy's thing. I haven't done, like I said, much research, but like the weapons laundering or whatever that is a department. You have trafficking. That's a different department. I mean, we perhaps have ATF agents. We have an internal investigation. There's our 10. We might have a state patrol that's completely corrupt. And I did just say this too, but that our friend who found the Nathan and Scott Hayes, and that explains too why I couldn't pick them up. I only could get the car energy. I made a short about it. That's all checking out. I mean, they might be investigating counties. Look at everything. All routes lead back to Birchmore. This is the name of the street. I want to name this street Birchmore. Welcome to this. Oh, we should name our studio Birchmore. It all starts with Birchmore. Well, she was the one, I think personally, who got the ball rolling. All roads lead back to Birchmore. Look. So maybe I will get a sign for our green screen. That Birchmore Ave. Oh, that would be cool. I like that name. So we are going to use this fancy schmancy deck because I think I mean, this is just my opinion. I think, not, I think that Albert might have flipped. I was trying to do an energy mashup of Lala, what's her name, Auntie Bev, but she didn't even show up. I'm getting hard, and I don't know. So my studio, I know it looks spacious from up there, but it's not quite as big as it looks. I mean, all right, I'm gonna walk through this. Bev didn't even come, so the mashup is really. This is really, I guess, just a reading on Brian Albert because Bev's not here. I guess this could be a reading on Sticky Fingers and Brian because. All right, this is what I think this is. I think, I mean, I don't, Bev's literally not here. Even if she's a chariot or a Scorpio. No, wait, what is she? Chariot is cups. There's not a, the only cup we have here is Karen. I mean, I'm sorry, Birchmore. Sandra Birchmore's here. Birchmore Ave. Get a neon sign. Sandra's here. All roads lead back to Sandra. John, Sandra. Josh Levy, Sandra. Are there any more good guys? No. Well, I mean, perhaps Chubby Fingers. Setting himself up for a karmic cycle that's going to be a tough one. But if Brian Albert flipped, he'd be smart too. I think he should. I think all of these people should flip. I would be running to the FBI. I mean, Club Fed is funny when you're like listening to it on YouTube, but I don't really want to experience it. So, I mean, I think this is what I think. This is not going to be an Auntie Bev. Auntie Bev, there is no intersection from this reading. I think this is a Brian Albert reading. There is a semblance of hope and humanity and dignity for him. He probably saw the writing on the wall. I mean, I can see it, and I'm not even in your state. I can't wait to tell you guys. It's not a story I can even it's not a big deal. But when you see it, you'll understand where I'm going. So what we have, all roads lead back to Birchmore. We have Josh Levy, and we have John O'Keefe here. In conclusion, there's no intersection at this moment of Auntie Bev and Brian at all. This is the intersection of perhaps Brian going to the light. Good. Everyone should go to the light. You don't lose in the light. No, nothing bad happens at noon. You always hear that. Nothing good happens at 3 a.m. I mean, what I'm getting from this is he and his Bennifer, they perhaps knew that this fight was happening. They got the cavalry ready. And they spun the wheel. And that little fool ran right into this trap. And he definitely got overkilled. And I honestly think that Brian, I don't know. I don't even know if I can post this. So if you see it, then I got the okay because I think Brian Albert flipped. And go Brian Albert. That's the first nice thing I've heard about you. And I respect it. You should flip. You're screwed. So I think that they overkilled this poor guy and somebody made him an offer and they were like, somebody, and I'm going to guess that it was Josh Levy, said, look, we don't want you. We want Chubby Fingers. Tell us what you know. Because if you make a deal with me, these sleepless nights are over. You don't have to run away. Sign the contract. Do it. Come to the light. Because what we want is Chubby. We want our Chubby Fingers. And then all roads lead back to Birchmore. Go Sandra, go. So that's what I think this is. I think this is a reading that Brian Albert saw the light. Good. We should all send him love and light. See? Look how good. When you send love and light, big things happen. And I think that's what we just read. I think Brian Albert came to Jesus moment, which is a good. I am proud of him. And if that's what we just picked up, I'm getting it really hard. That was John's here too. There was a fight and he didn't have a chance. There's some, and here's Bennifer. This could be John's mother. Hi, Peggy. Peggy, things are maybe that I don't know what they want. I don't know, but my guess is that they're not after Brian Albert. What they want is Chubby Fingers. And I have been doing some research on Mr. Chubby Fingers, and let's just say that the Whitey Bulger case and the connection to Canton leads straight to Chubby Fingers. Maybe that's where the feds got into. I mean, Chubby Fingers. That's what. So I'm gonna stand by the cards and I'm gonna stick to this. I think what we just accidentally stumbled upon was that the Brian has had a come to Jesus moment and he answered the call, which is awesome, and I am proud. And I would also ask everyone to send love and light to him, because maybe it wasn't an easy decision, but he was really stressed out and he was up late. Oh yeah, he was up, stressed out. Everyone, the feds were putting on pressure, and they don't want. That's, I think, I'm going to stick by it. But I think what we just stumbled upon is that Brian Albert just flipped, or I don't know what the timeline is. But what I'm getting here, there's no darkness. I was feeling darkness before we went in, and that's why we stopped and saged, reset sacred space. I think that what we just stumbled upon is good news for the good guys, because if they got someone like Brian Albert to flip for them, perhaps that's what this says, and I'm going to stick by it. And we didn't need to use, not yet, Miss Patty's wonderful, beautiful cards. I can't wait to use them. Maybe we'll do another reading. So I will love you and leave you. There's not that much. I mean, we don't have to redo it. In conclusion, I think that Brian Albert flipped. And I want to give him a high five and send lots of love and light, because perhaps he had to dig deep. Perhaps he got to do some healing, which is wonderful. When you heal yourself, you heal the generations before you and the generations behind you. So perhaps his kids won't be as delinquent as he was. And I'll leave you with the three. We have Josh Levy, John O'Keefe, and Sandra Birchmore. All roads lead to Birchmore. Well, that was a pleasant surprise, and that's what the energy is that I just got. If that resonates with you, let me know. That's awesome. I'm proud. I'm so proud. I feel like I'm a proud mama. Like, he found self-love. He found his worth. Maybe that's what these cards said, and I'm going to stick to it. So with that, I will love you and leave you. Thank you so much for coming. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you next time. Bye.